The Pope's funeral was an event that was watched by people around the world. It's such an important event for the Church, but also a poignant one for the 1.4 billion Catholics who live globally and who are affected by the passing of one Pope and, at some point in the near future, the choosing of another one. I'm joined by our global religion correspondent, Lebo Diseko. And Lebo, it's good to talk to you. You've been spending the day walking around the Vatican, gauging the feeling amongst those pilgrims who've come here to pay their respects. What have they been telling you?
Well, it's so interesting. When we arrived here, we thought we got here pretty early, around 5 o'clock this morning, but there were already queues and queues of people outside the barriers hoping to get in. And initially there was kind of I'd say a very grateful attitude, almost celebratory, thankful both for Pope Francis's life and also for the fact that they were able to be here. We spoke to people from South Africa, my home country, Australia, Ireland, the United States of America as well. But then as the morning moved on and as we got into the actual service, there was this deep sense of spiritual just gravitas and people really feeling quite emotional. One of the women I spoke to, the Australian lady, said that what will stand out for her actually is Pope Francis and what he did in the church for women. For her, yes, there are people who wish that he'd done more in terms of the positions that women take, but it was a great deal of progress. And she said she was pretty sure that he would be made a saint. That was her prediction. The South African person that I spoke to was actually a priest himself, and he was speaking about meeting Pope Francis in 2014 in Kenya. And he said his memory of the Pope was just this deep sense of religion being taken out of the church and brought to people. So faith being about how you interact with people, how you take on their cares and how you look after each other. And that's something that he had brought to his ministry.
What do you think people believe is Pope Francis's legacy then? What have they been telling you about that?
Time and time again, what's come up is humility and this care for other people. And I think that was something that was really reflected in the homily. They spoke about all of the issues that were so dear to Pope Francis, whether it was the environment, the Laudato Si that he wrote, or his care of migrants. And it was interesting at these key points, there was these massive roars or claps in the crowd, people around the square also really connecting with those points. So over the last few days, the things that have come up again and again is his care for people, his care for the disenfranchised, and really his humility.
Lebo, I know you've been here for a few days. I've been here for a while as well. The most emotional moment for me was seeing that coffin being walked up those marble stairs into St. Peter's Basilica for the last time. The people around me putting their hands up and crying and shouting, Ciao Francesco, grazie Francesco. What was the most emotional moment for you of these past few hours?
So I think there was that moment, and around me, I mean, I was up next to a couple, an older couple that had been there the whole morning in this blazing heat, and you could see them holding each other just that little bit closer. I was speaking with nuns who had been there all day, a family that had travelled 9 hours from Sicily on the train to be here. The mother had diabetes, she wasn't that well, so that was just that strength of emotion. But also seeing the coffin as it was travelling in the Pope Mobile and the number of people that had lined the streets of Rome. I just thought, in terms of someone's legacy, in terms of what they have done in life, that people would do that for you says a lot.
It does indeed. Lebo, lovely to talk to you. Thank you very much indeed for sharing with us what you've seen and who you've spoken to over the last few days.